Hey guys, welcome to the first official podcast of the Wasted Respawn team. I just want to go ahead and get this way out of the way. We had a number of audio issues with this podcast, so you're going to miss a little bit of the beginning. Pretty much, we just recapped our streams from this previous week, basically how we had so many issues with the streams and everything in that light. Anna has streamed a lot the past couple weeks, Alt Avenged. That's basically it. Alex is now going into his D&D campaign he's been working on for the past 5 years and talking about the story a little bit. I know we missed a lot, or actually not that much. But yeah, so we're going to get that out of the way, guys. Thank you so much for supporting this, and hopefully by next week we'll have a better podcast. Thank you.
What do you do now? So they kind of had to rebuild. And once they ended up rebuilding, the campaign essentially takes place 500 years after this happened. And the world's kind of starting to rebuild, but they're not quite there yet. And there's like a really powerful faction that has seized power that is essentially a dictator that's kind of trying to reunite everyone. But it's just like, I don't know. Some people like magic, some people don't. Some people see it as a savior, some people hate it. So it really depends on the NPC and the area that you're in, how everyone's going to view magic
Right.
and how freely you can use it. It's not like, oh, I cast fireball. It's like, well, that's great and all, but if you're in a bad neighborhood for it, people might turn
Bad
around and be
neighborhood.
like, oh, what the fuck?
If you're on the wrong
Because
side of the tracks, boy.
yeah, for real. I mean, because like some people hate magic now. They see it as like, oh, this is the reason our population was wiped out, and some people love it. They see it as the savior. Like, oh, this is what's going to save our race. Like, we can, this is what's going to help us rebuild. Some people hate it. Some people love it. So it's kind of up to the player and the area that you're in to decide. Hey, if I want to play a magic user, just be aware that there might be consequences depending on where you're at.
Jesus Christ. Dude, like,
That sounds dope.
yeah, I mean, honestly, like, hearing you talk about it gives me quite the heart on. Like, fucking A, dude. You seem like you really invested a lot of time into your story.
Oh, I literally have a whole book, like a whole 500-page book on notes and things. I've done hours of research, and this is just something that I really wanted to just let loose. I've run a couple campaigns on it, just one shots. They weren't like, full-blown campaigns. I just wanted to see how some of the things work, how some of the mechanics I introduced work, and there's actually a bleeding mechanic that I introduced, which I really love. And essentially, if a monster gets a critical hit on you, or you get a critical hit on them, it doesn't matter. A crit is a devastating blow,
Right.
and that will introduce a bleeding mechanic. Essentially, all of your stats, you will
Ooh.
be at disadvantage for attacks, disadvantage for saving throws, and you're going to take 1d4 damage per round, and it scales up per level. So at 15th level, you're going to be taking 1d12 damage per round. Unless you are medically stabilized. So someone has to make a medicine check on you, has to take an action to make a medicine check on you, or any type of healing spell is used, or you have a healing potion. That will negate the effects immediately. But someone needs to do something to stop that bleeding effect. It can't just be like, oh, I got a critical hit. Oh, that's fine. Like, no, it's not. Like, you're going to take huge penalties for that. It's a major blow. I mean, it's a critical hit. It should be treated as such, I feel like. And I've had great success with it, I feel like, in the campaigns that I've run, the little one-shots, just testing it out, because it seems to really add a sense of urgency to the players whenever, I mean, even if a barbarian gets hit, that's like basically just a meat bag of hit points. It's like, well, that's great, but now you're at disadvantage every round, and you're kind of going to start slugging out. So you need to really do something. And it's really fun just seeing the players kind of wiggle their way around that and figure out what the fuck to do and how to figure out how are they going to do this.
Goddamn.
That's really cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, you can play a good necromancer too.
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know what I'll be.
I mean, hey, I'm just throwing it out there for anyone who is interested in playing a necromancer. Just know that you can be a good necromancer, and that's not really, because I don't know why. I'm not sure exactly why D&D like 5e and all the ones before that have kind of like had necromancy as this evil magic, and like, oh my god, it's just
Because it's raising
inherently
the
evil.
dead.
And even the rules say, like the actual rule book says, if a necromancer does not cast his spell every day, animate dead or control undead, and he loses control of them, they are automatically chaotic evil, and they will automatically seek out to kill anything that's around them immediately. And it's just like, what the fuck? Like, what? How? In what way does that make sense? Like, they're just animated corpses. Like, wouldn't they just fall apart if he didn't recast that? Like, I don't know why they automatically need to seek out living things now. Because I mean, there's the enchantment wizard whose whole thing is going into people's minds, manipulating them and controlling them like puppets. Like, how is that not considered evil? But necromancy is. You know, that's something I never agreed with. So I'm just throwing it out there. Then wants to play a good necromancer, you can.
So,
like, I just think that's bullshit.
So if Anna were to enter the campaign with her previous character, is that what you would do, Anna? Would you enter the campaign with your current character you have right now?
Honestly, that is a possibility. Just because I really do like my character that I've been working on.
Who is it? Tell us about it.
So, alright. Which also I was gonna tell you, one of the girls in the current campaign that I'm in, she actually plays a necromancer that is a demon, and she basically got sent out of hell, and now she's trying to turn a new leaf and be good.
Hell yeah,
and it's really funny because yeah, it's really funny because like she's like really chaotic in real life. So like her she's playing like kind of a chaotic character, but she's trying to play chaotic good because she's like trying to like get her life together, and it's really funny because her character just like tries to make friends with everyone like immediately. And it's just really silly.
That's actually hilarious.
Yeah, so my current character, her name is Thetari, and she's a Kalistar. That's her race.
Right.
Kalistars are pretty cool. Basically, yeah, they get advantage on wisdom saving throws, and then they're also like resistant to psychic damage, and then they you get to speak telepathically to like anything that you can see in a certain radius. I think it like goes up with my level, but like it lets you speak telepathically to stuff, and then as long as whatever you're speaking to speaks one language, you can like give it the ability to like speak back to you telepathically, which is pretty dope.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That is super cool.
Yeah,
actually. That is massive.
Yeah.
Cool. Wow.
And another cool thing about the Kalistar is that as a race, they basically this race from like a long time ago, they were being like murdered, and they asked the Kalistar if they could basically put their souls like into them. So they have these sort of. They're basically called the Quarry. So Kalistars have these Quarry spirits that are basically like a part of them, and it depends on what you choose, but like sometimes they like people say that the Quarry spirits are sort of just like passed on from generation as kind of just like an idea, but you also can play it in the way that you actually have like a Quarry spirit that's like inside of your body, and then it's like talking to you and communicating to you. So that's what I went with.
That's super cool.
That's super cool.
I'm pretty familiar on the lore of them. They're really awesome. That's actually one of my favorite races in D&D. Them and the Warforged. Those two are like my two favorites.
Oh yeah, Warforged is pretty cool too.
They're so awesome.
I think last time I played, I was a Tiefling rogue.
Yeah, I thought you were
that with you?
Tiefling, like samurai.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
A samurai character, fighter.
I
samurai, I
wasn't a Tiefling for that campaign. I want to say I was a human or an elf. But I
don't remember. I
think it was a fighter mixed with a rogue.
You were human. I don't think you were human.
I don't know.
Some kind of elf. I remember you distinctly playing a Tiefling.
Were we playing with Tracy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then I was definitely a Tiefling rogue or Tiefling samurai.
I remember because you rolled a nat 20 to cut that one dude's head off in conversation. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, that was super badass.
Like, mid-conversation, you were just like, I'm I'm gonna try to do this. I'm like, well, roll for it. It was a fucking nat 20. I was like, well, shit.
Well,
Like,
fuck me.
all right.
His head's
He didn't
gone.
even get him. Like, he didn't even fucking like. I was gonna maybe. I thought about maybe giving him a reaction or something, but I was like, man, initiative hasn't even started yet. Like, we haven't rolled initiative. I was like, he rolled a 20 on it. It's like, I don't know. That would be pretty cool. So, like, I don't know. I'm like I always go with the rule of cool. You know,
That's
I try to be
fair.
that
That's
DM.
super fair.
Rule of cool. If it's cool, like, go for it, man. I'll always let someone go for some cool shit. Why not?
If I could see it
That's
in an
awesome.
anime, then I definitely want to see it in D&D. That's kind of like my rules on DMing.
I mean, yeah. I mean, why not? Like,
Yeah.
if my players come up with some cool shit, I'll be like, fuck. I actually had a players fucking Basically, I was running a campaign. It was like it was completely unrelated to mine, but it was from a module that I got online, and they had to break into a vault essentially, and they had a transmutation wizard with them, and what he did was basically, like, they had two wizards. One of them cast invisibility on all of them in the middle of an orc fortress, and the transmutation wizard turned the hinges of the door into wood.
Oh.
He just transmuted them into
Damn.
rail wood, and the barbarian just fucking tore it down with one go. I was like, motherfucker, like, wow, like, that's how you're gonna do that? All right, that's pretty fucking cool. I'll take that. I'll buy that for $1.
Right?
Shit. Why not? Always let your players do cool shit. But what was your class, Anna?
Oh, Circle of Dreams Druid.
Circle of Dreams Druid. How does that actually
What the hell is that?
play? Because I've heard mixed things about
I never heard of
Circle
this.
of Dreams Druids, they get different. Basically, it's like a normal druid, but then you get extra things. So at level 2, I get something extra. Level 6, level 10, and level 14.
Mm-hmm.
So hold on. Let me pull up the things that I get really quick.
Like, I'm familiar with the Circle of Dreams Druid. It's just like every time I see a druid, they always play Circle of the Moon, I think. And, you know, they want a wild shape, and that's their whole thing. Which, I mean, granted, you're a druid, why wouldn't you? But I mean,
Right.
like, I've heard mixed things about Circle of the Dream Druid. Honestly, like, sometimes I've heard it's okay in play. I've heard it's bad. I've heard it's decent. Like, I don't know. I've just kind of heard a bunch of things. So I'm curious how it actually plays out in real game. Like, is it worth it? Would you recommend it?
Well, so far I haven't been able to use any of my Circle of Dreams stuff because I haven't leveled yet. We're only on our third playthrough, and also, like, that's gonna be tomorrow. But also tomorrow's gonna be sort of off track because we're doing like a Halloween special.
Oh,
yeah, but I'll definitely let you know. Yeah, we're still level 1 right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so so the first thing I get at level 2 is that I'll be able to. I get, like, basically like a good healing spell, pretty much. And then
isn't it like Healing Word or something like that, or?
It's a Balm of Summer Court, so it says you're a friend of energy that offers respite from injuries. You have a pool of Fey energy represented by a number of D6s equal to your level. As bonus action, you can choose an ally you can see with 120 feet of you and spend a number of those dice equal to half your druid level or less. Roll the dice and add them together. The target regains a number of hit points equal to the total. The target also gains 1 temporary hit point per die spent. And I regain the expanded dice when I finish a long rest.
Oh, so Healing Word, yeah. Okay. That's Healing Word, okay.
And then at level 6, during a short or long rest, I can invoke a shadowy power of Gloaming Court to help guard my respite. At the start of my rest, I can touch a point in space and an invisible 30-foot radius sphere of magic appears centered at that point. Total cover blocks the sphere. While within the sphere, you and your allies can gain +5 to dexterity, stealth, and wisdom perception checks. And any light from open flames in the sphere isn't visible to the outside. Basically, it just gives you guys like a bubble to be safe inside of.
How big is the sphere?
30-foot radius.
That's one of the things I heard with Circle of the Dreams Druid. I heard that it wasn't bad, and I've looked into it a little bit myself because I love druids. But it was kind of like, essentially, you can kind of get the same result with Lehman's Tiny Hut or other spells
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, I guess, a trade-off of. I mean, I would never discourage anyone from playing. Like, I mean, shit, you can play whatever character you want. You want to be Circle of Dreams, be Circle of Dreams. I'm never going to tell you otherwise. But I mean, if like, I don't know,
Who are
some
you?
players, I guess, are like, no. I mean, like, some players are like min-max players. A lot of them are, at least, from what I understand. And it's kind of like, I don't know, it just didn't seem like the most efficient way. But honestly, getting that healing spell that early on, especially basically healing word, is super cool. So that's a big bonus. Big.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that one was good, and then like the later ones, like at level 10, I essentially get a teleportation spell that lets me teleport 60 feet into an unoccupied space, or I could use my action to teleport one willing creature I touch up to 30 feet into an unoccupied space, which I feel like could come in handy.
Oh, teleportation's always fucking dope. I don't care who you are. Like, that's
And
just
then
cool.
Yeah, for sure. And then the last one, it actually gives me the ability to travel mentally or physically through dreamlands. When I finish a short rest, I can cast one of the following spells without expending a spell slot or requiring material. So, Dream with you as the messenger, Scrying, or Teleportation Circle. The use of Teleportation Circle is special. Rather than opening a portal to a permanent Teleportation Circle, it opens a portal to the last location where I finished a long rest on my current plane of existence. If I haven't taken a long rest on your current plane, the spell fails, but it isn't wasted. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you take a long rest. So I feel like those two are pretty handy as well.
Those are
But I gotta
Yeah.
wait a minute.
So fucking handy.
Wow. That's like basically a panic button spell.
Yeah, pretty
Like, oh,
much.
shit,
Yeah.
we're all gonna
That's what it
fucking
sounds
get
like.
TPK'd. Yeah, let's fucking push the panic button, get the fuck out of here.
Nope.
Kind of deal.
Big old nope
That's
button.
pretty fucking neat.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Hell
I
yeah.
don't know, the Circle of Dreams kind of neat.
Yeah, it seems pretty cool. I'm excited to see what I can do with it.
Well,
Yeah,
look-
let
for
me know
sure.
how that goes in actual play. I'm really curious to see how that works in, like,
oh, for sure.
because I mean, like, you could read something in the book and it might look cool, but it's like, I don't know, sometimes in practice it doesn't quite match up with other people, and I don't really know
Yeah.
what the campaign's about or what other people are in your party, so it's kind of like, it might be cool or it might not be, but I don't know. I'm curious to see how it goes in actual play. I mean, those sound pretty cool, honestly. Like, I would totally love the ability, just like, oh fuck it, panic button, get the fuck
Yeah.
out of here.
Here we go. Nope.
This isn't good. Goodbye.
Yeet.
Man, that's why. Like, I always try to beef up my monsters too in my campaigns, or like my enemies, because like once players, I feel like they get to like around 5th level. Like, once they get past 5th level, it's kind of like they're damn near unkillable.
Yeah, damn near.
Like, it's pretty much impossible to kill them, because I mean, you can always, like, I mean, your Circle of the Dreams druid, you can just essentially use what is healing word and bring someone back from unconsciousness at 100 feet away. You just have to see them. You can just be like, oh, you're unconscious? Yeah, don't worry about it. Boom, you're up. And then
Yep.
it's like, cool, he can use bonus action and his action to dash away.
Yeah.
And if they're a rogue or something, they don't even, the enemy doesn't even get the attack of opportunity against them. So they pretty much just whoop, 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 out. So it's like, fuck, dude, it's so hard to like make monsters feel like a credible threat.
Yeah.
I guess.
I feel like it's more of
Five
a
years.
yeah. I was about to say it's more of a 5th edition thing than anything.
It really is, honestly. And
3.5 is like
Something like-
such a plan everything out kind of fucking game. Playing literally every single move out.
Yeah, 3.5 is a lot more strategic, I feel like, and I mean, I do like a lot of things that 5th edition did.
Oh yeah.
In the sense that they made the magic system so much easier to use. They kind of uncluttered a bunch of shit.
It was super fun too.
It's just simpler and
it's
more
combat
fun
ready
overall.
gameplay.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, I think it was designed to drag new players in, to kind of like attract newer
makes
players.
sense.
To be like, hey, this isn't so complicated. Like, you could just hop in, and it's pretty awesome. Like, I'm all about that.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, I want my players to kind of feel like, hey, like every encounter could be your last encounter. So it's like, plan out what you're gonna do and be careful, because it's not like, like, fuck, dude, I gotta have something that's like, Jesus, like, you can throw pretty much. I mean, once they get past 6th level, you can throw essentially like like greater demons at the fucking party, and they'll find a way to either get away from it
Right.
or kill it.
I
So
mean,
it's just like, fuck.
I feel like it's
Like,
all
what
dice rolls at that point, right?
To a point, yes, but I mean, when I'm dealing with 5 people and multiple of those people might have something like healing word, or like even
Right.
Hannah has, goddamn, oh, we could just fucking
Fail
teleport
safe.
right out of here. Basically, we're out. Fuck that. It's just like, fuck, dude. How am I supposed to put like a credible threat on them now? Because they could just teleport or heal themselves out of anything. So, I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know. It comes to a point where you kind of got to learn to balance that a little bit. And the monsters in 5e are a little too weak for the PCs, I feel like. So it's like I try to beef them up a little bit. Sometimes, not all the time. I mean, not every encounter is like some crazy difficult thing, but shit. Like, if we're facing a bunch of goblins, like, well, fuck it, steamroll them. But
Right.
some encounters are going to be harder than others, just how it is. I mean, I don't know what kind of character would you even feel like playing, Alan?
Dude, that's a great fucking question, because I've been thinking about this entire podcast so far, honestly. Because like
Just spitball it.
I am always the fucking sarcastic rogue in the group, or the hunter, or some shit like that. I'm always the fucking like Deadpool of the group, I feel like.
Okay.
So,
well, hey,
and
that's what you want to play. What would you?
no, I don't though. I kind of want to go against that, because that's a character I always play. I don't know, man. I might go like some kind of a berserk build. I don't know. Like
That might be something to think about.
Just a fucking tank.
Play whatever
Just a
character
big
you
tank.
think is fun, and the
tank.
one you think you can roleplay the best.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
pretty much. I would just say, like, what do you think you could roleplay the best? Like, what? I don't know. What speaks to you?
I've been watching a lot of Adventure Time lately. So I don't know. I'm thinking like a character based on Finn. It'd be pretty fun.
I think almost like a fighter would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like a fighter monk.
Yeah, it would be like a fighter monk kind of thing. Like super peaceful, always cheery, ready to defend the good morality.
That definitely. I don't know. To me, as far as like a martial character goes, that screams monk. Although you could always end up multi-classing later into something else.
Which I will end up doing for sure.
Yeah, I mean, multi-classing's so cool. I mean, you can always be a monk up until like 5th level, and then just be like, "Hey, I'm gonna take a level of sorcerer or something."
Mhm.
Like, oh fuck! Now you're just spitting out spells, or like, I mean, I would say Way of the Four Elements monk, but it's just so that subclass is just so horrible.
Oh,
honestly.
is it?
It's terrible. It's god awful. Like, why would they even include that in monks? Honestly, it's like almost like you wanted to play Avatar: The Last Airbender, like a bender. For one of the elements.
Right.
But,
I was just about to say they wanted people to be able to roleplay Avatar.
Yeah, that's really what it is. That is exactly what it is, which is cool, which is super cool, and people should be able to do that, but the mechanics of the class fucking suck. So, if someone wanted to play a Way of the Four Elements monk, I would ask them to let me know in advance, and I can retweak the class, and I'll introduce house rules for it to make it actually viable. Because I mean, shit, if you're gonna spend I'm not sure exactly how many key points a monk gets per level, but it's like you basically got to spend all your key points to cast a spell that is pretty much not worth you casting that. And anyone else in the party, and if you have a wizard or any other magic user in the party who can cast that spell more efficiently and more often than you can, and that's your whole thing, though. You're a Way of the Four Elements monk. You're supposed to be able to cast a spell, or like lay on like burning hands. Like if you're a Way of the Fire monk, you should be able to cast burning hands fairly freely and fairly effectively. But it just doesn't happen that way mechanically. I'm like, oh fuck, like I gotta kind of like look at it a little bit and tweak it, which I'm totally okay with tweaking some classes that aren't quite balanced, because some of them aren't. Like, I feel like the Necromancer in 5e kind of got the shaft like really hard. I really do. Like, they're just like, man, that's a shame, because I love the Necromancer. I think it's such a cool class, but it's like there are like no level 1 spells for Necromancy that deal damage. Like, what the fuck? You couldn't just introduce one, like something, anything?
Yeah, no.
And if you specialize in Necromancy, you get bonuses for those spells, and that's kind of like your whole thing. So it's like, why wouldn't they introduce something that would allow them to function better than what they do? Like, it's very obvious they got kind of left in the dust. And I mean, I would totally be willing to tweak any sort of class to fit better or have more advantages or just not be left behind if someone wanted to play that class. So I'm totally open to it. So like, you know, if you want to make a character, don't restrict yourself because you think, oh, this class kind of sucks. Like, well, you know, just ask me and we can talk about it.
Yeah, I mean,
tweak it.
We're playing house rules here. We're not like fucking professional D&D players, for God's sake.
Well, even professional D&D players fuck around with house rules. That's what D&D is all about. That's the whole point of D&D, really.
Right.
Like, the rules are guidelines, you know. They're not. It even says in the book, like, they're not meant to be taken literally. Like, you can change any one of these anytime you want to have a fun game, and that's the whole point.
You'd be surprised the people that fucking play, man. Holy shit, they play like these guidelines are the fucking like Vatican word itself.
No. Don't get me wrong. There's rule lawyer D&D DMs and shit like that, and I don't like those kind of DMs, man. It's just like, if you're gonna put work in to make a game, why would you deliberately make it not fun for the players? Like, that's the whole point. You want your players to have fun and get immersed in the experience and be able to play what they want to play and experience the world. Like, why would you fuck that up by being like all rule lawyer?
I'm gonna go to the tavern down the street. Dexterity check. I don't know if you can walk there by yourself.
Yeah, for real. It's like, what the fuck? Like, what? Dexterity check. Like,
I'm walking.
Roll for fucking everything.
I'm walking here.
You might stub your toe, so...
Yeah, you might stub your toe. You die of fall damage.
You die of fall damage?
You tripped over a rock, and you hit your head, okay? Trying to walk to the tavern without a dexterity throw. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Yeah, that's what a 10 gets you on a dexterity check.
I rolled a 19! Yeah, that's a 10 in my book.
My DC was 15 on that. Like, oh, whoa. Like, what the fuck? Come on, man. That's just wild.
There's always elitists
I don't know,
that have to ruin things.
But like, go ahead.
I don't know, like, as a DM, it's like, it's not me versus the players, you know? Like, it's not a versus game. I'm not here to beat the players. I mean, that's
people
just
are out
stupid.
there to do that,
like,
though.
There might be people that think that, though, like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of these guys.
There's so many games like that.
I'm gonna win.
I'm gonna win.
Well, then, like, what's the point? I mean, because, like, as DM, you're God, you know? It's like, you're the God. You could do whatever you want. I could kill him right now if I wanted to.
I could summon 5 golden dragons right now.
Yeah, like, there's fucking 5 red dragons, fucking all ancient, and they're massive, and you're level 1. Kill them all now, immediately. Like, oh, you died? Haha, got you. Wasn't that fun, everyone? Like, what the fuck? Like,
we just sat down.
Like, yeah, like, right? It's like, I don't know. It's like, it's a team game, you know? It's like, what the fuck? Like, we're here to play together. Like, I'm here to enhance the player story, and they're here to kind of, like, keep the story going, you know? It's like, well, team effort. I'm not here to kill you guys. I just want you guys to have fun. Like, why would I fucking rule lawyer you into hell? I mean, obviously, I do have a rule, though, for myself, and I've actually DM'd a lot recently, because I go to a game shop locally, and I'm a DM there, and I play, like, at least twice a week.
Nice.
And it's like, basically, you know, I'm always try to be a yes DM. Like, I love to say yes, and I love to see cool shit happen. If your character wanted to do something that either wouldn't really fit with that character or not really make sense overall, I always ask that person to convince me. I'll be like, well, convince me why that makes sense.
That's a good rule, though. That kind of keeps the role playing perfect, honestly.
That's what I think. Is like, convince me why that character would do that, or why that even makes sense. Like, how would this even work?
If you're, like, lawful good and you're trying to steal something off a dead player, then obviously you can't fucking do that because you're lawful good.
Honestly, I throw alignment out the window as a DM. Like, alignment's like, oh, fuck that. Because there's always a gray area in life, you know? Like, I feel like life is so, like, you know, because, like, if you're a paladin and you break your oath, like, if you're a chaotic good or a lawful good paladin and you want to do something like that, you would literally lose your powers because of that.
Exactly.
Because you have broken your oath. And I'll be like, well, what the fuck? Because, like, if there's a greater good cause for that, it would be like, why would I punish that player in that moment? Because life isn't like that. Life isn't black and white. It's gray, you know? Like, sometimes you have to do something bad for the greater good.
Right, but that kind of goes along with the convincing thing you were talking about, though. Like, convince me as to why you would do this.
You know, yeah, it's like, kind of like, basically, like, you know, even mechanically, if you want to do something that really didn't make sense mechanically or, like, rules-wise, I would always ask, like, well, convince me why that makes sense. And sometimes they come up with really good arguments. So I'd be like, you know what? That makes perfect sense. Fuck it. Go for it. I would totally let them go for it if it makes sense. Or, if sometimes when they try to explain it and they just start stumbling over themselves, it's just kind of like, well, okay, well, that clearly doesn't make sense. And no one's going for it. So I'm going to have to say no here in that case. But,
God.
I always at least offer the player a chance to justify why something would happen or how something's happening. Like, like why would this actually work? Like, what are you trying to accomplish here?
Remember that fucking was that one campaign we did at Hunter's house like way back in high school, and we had that fucking one dude Sean who was like chaotic evil, and
oh god, he was horrible.
He was the worst person I've ever played with my entire life.
No, he was a murder hobo. That's what he was.
Hello, if you're listening.
Yeah, fuck him.
Yeah, go fuck yourself, bro.
Sean Delancey, what a bitch.
Yeah, for real, bro. You're so fucking annoying. You're a murder hobo. That's one thing. There are a couple rules I do have as far as like how the party interacts with each other.
Yeah.
And the rules I do have are like, excuse me, burp, wine. There it is. Delicious.
Gross.
But like, I mean, the rules I do have are like basically like, don't be a fucking dick.
Yeah. Dude,
like don't be a fucking murder hobo. You're not gonna go around killing every fucking character that we meet for shits and giggles. Because I have had players like that too in my game shop, and I straight up kicked them out of the campaign.
Not only like that, but like he would like stay in that one area, like playing in somebody's blood for like 20 minutes while we're all trying to fucking like leave the area.
Yeah, murder hobo.
Like not only are you being annoying about it, but like you're being disruptive to the party now.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. It's like D&D is a group game. It's a game that's played as a group. So if you're the only person having fun,
you're doing it wrong.
You're doing disservice to the rest of the group. Like we all came here and we all put work into this. So why would you want to do that? Because that's just like a dick move. Like that's one thing I don't do is like murder hobos or like there's a couple like character tropes. Like I don't know why whenever someone creates a character, there's a lot of like the lone wolf or like, oh, I don't trust anyone, kind of shit. And it's like, oh, shut the fuck up, dude. It's like, you can be like that, but play it well.
Yeah, play it well at least.
Yeah, it's like, if you're going to be that type of person that's distrusting or maybe standoffish to everyone, that's cool. I don't got a problem with that.
Yeah.
But if you're going to be that kind of character, and I've had this a few times actually, and it's really, really annoying every time, where you're literally every second you get, you're like, oh, I'm going to roll to steal gold from the party, or I'm going to roll to slit this character's throat in the party, or I'm going to do this. And you're doing everything you can to sabotage the party who's just trying to have fun. It's like,
this game is not fun anymore, no.
Yeah, it's like, go fuck yourself at that point. Like, you can be standoffish.
The DM kills you.
If they don't, yeah,
God kills you.
If they don't do stuff like that, it's like, okay, even if they don't do stuff like that, it's like, well, if you want to play a lone wolf character, then I essentially have to make a whole new campaign just for fucking you, because you're gonna go off and do whatever the fuck you want while the party's trying to do something. And it's like you can be a standoffish character, but just let the party, like the people in the party, at least be the ones you somewhat trust, or at least are somewhat close to. Like, you have to have a reason you're adventuring with them.
Every anime needs a bad boy.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you could be that guy. That's cool, but just be close to the party.
We all need a Captain Levi.
Yeah, Captain Levi. Exactly. Like, he was, he's the perfect character. He was, he wasn't super close or touchy-feely or emotional, but he was loyal to his group. And it's like, hey, like at the end of the day, these are my people. I'm gonna stick by them. I'm gonna do what I gotta do for them.
Like they had a choice. He was the biggest badass in that fucking anime.
Yeah, but still, they could have rolled to slit his throat to sleep and see what happens.
The Beast Titan could have taken him down.
Because it's just
Beast
like,
Titan.
Come on, man. I don't know. It's just like, if you're gonna play like that, like, it's just kind of shitty. Like,
I agree.
There's always the character that wants to make their backstory like, oh, all my parents are dead. And I know no one in the world, and I'm all alone. And it's like, well, what?
Okay, Naruto, calm the fuck down.
Yeah, for real. It's like, what connection do you even have to the world then?
But even Naruto makes he goes out of his way to make fucking friends.
Exactly.
Okay, so more of a Sasuke then.
Yeah, Sasuke. It's like a Sasuke type.
A brooding little bitch
for real.
Most of the anime.
Whole time. All I did was bitch and bone. And it's just like, well, okay, your parents could be murdered and you could be an orphan or whatever, but you would have still made friends along the way.
Like, yeah,
you know? Like,
your parents be
real
murdered.
Life. Like, I mean, this shit happens.
You said it so casually.
But it's like, yeah. I mean, your character could have that in their backstory,
Right.
but just role play it well. You know, it's like at least have some connection
Yeah.
to the world. Like, you know, you would have made friends along the way, or an uncle, or a brother, or
I have to be
lover,
alone.
whatever the fuck. Yeah, it's like, I'm gonna be forever
Don't
alone.
touch me.
No one can tame the
I'm
vengeance
sad
and pain
boy.
of my soul. It's like, oh, shut the fuck up, bro. Like,
God.
come on, that's not real. Like, people don't do that.
People don't do that.
It just ruins the game for everyone. It's just like, ugh, like, oh, we got one of these guys. Like, okay.
I don't know why it's like so easy for
Our
me.
throats.
I don't know why it's so easy for me to associate D&D with anime. I have no idea why, but it's super easy to associate the two.
Sometimes, yeah, why not?
I
Fuck
think
it.
it's
Do
a
whatever
role
you
playing
want.
aspect. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing. Associate with whatever floats your boat, I guess. You know, I mean, everyone's got their own process.
Everybody's got a boat.
All boats.
All boats float down here, Georgie.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
So fuck yeah, that's it. Just no lone wolves.
Okay.
Don't kill your party. Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. That's the biggest part
Yeah.
of D&D. Is just don't be a fucking dick.
Bro. Like, don't go around trying to kill your party. That's all I got to say, man.
Just don't.
Go around killing your party.
If you feel like you're going to, just don't.
Just don't. Yeah, just don't. Or like, don't roleplay that kind of character or whatever. Or just don't make like and always leave your backstory open ended. That was the biggest thing too. It's like a lot of people be like, oh, my backstory is I fought a demon lord and I was royalty and I went to the celestial plane and I fought demons down in hell for hundreds of years. I'm like, whoa. You're level 1. Chill the fuck out. Like,
I was a demon king.
Yeah,
What?
like chill way the fuck out. You're level 1, bro.
But
Like,
I forgot my
think
memory.
Yeah, right. Like, think of your backstory as like chapter 1 of a book,
Yeah.
and the rest of the campaign is the rest of the chapters.
Yeah.
So like you're writing your book as you go, but your backstory is just the first chapter. It's just the introduction. Like no,
Pretty much.
I'm pretty sure you weren't some fucking demon lord going down fooling with
Yep,
gods.
I
and
was.
stuff. Like, come on, bro.
I was asking them with the best of the gods down there. Tell you what, they couldn't handle my almighty.
Oh yeah, now I died.
level
All
1
damage
dick.
from tripping on a rock.
Yeah, I would just cast around my piercing dick damage, and they took it pretty well.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
they didn't like it, but it was forced.
My character has a 10-inch penis, by the way, in this campaign.
It's massive.
Yeah,
Wow.
just in
Yeah,
this
that's my
campaign.
bonus. I could just swing it and
Yeah.
do 1d6 damage.
Do 1d6.
It's an improvised weapon.
1 dick 6
Oh.
damage. Christ.
Beautiful,
Oh,
Beautiful
no.
dick damage.
massive.
Oh
Can
shit.
kill a horse with it.
Yeah, well, I think we're kind of wrapping up here. We're heading on an hour now, so I mean, what do you guys got going on this week as far as streaming goes?
Are we streaming a Destiny 2 on Tuesday? I guess.
Yeah, we can definitely try. I might be off tomorrow or Sunday, so I don't know yet. I'll text you what's going on then.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to stream
Yeah.
one of those days,
I would like to do a fucking the Among Us roleplay stream honestly pretty soon. I mean, I hate playing
Yeah,
Among
that
Us all the time,
fun.
but like that'd be fun.
It was super fun though. It was super
Heck
fun
yeah.
to play.
I gotta come up with a character.
Yeah, you do.
You gotta
I don't know. I gotta come up with something.
come up with
Yeah.
a character, Anna. Come on, it's super fun. It's a
I
great
got
time.
a new strategy that I saw.
Yeah, you told me about it. I'm interested to see how it plays out.
Do you want to hear what it is? Because
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to work on you guys. It's more for like
The
if
randos.
we're playing with any randoms.
Yeah.
Well, I need to know
So-
now.
So basically, what you do is you sus someone. So like, oh man, red is sus, and then you immediately say I'm a girl, and then they're like, oh my god, and then they all vote because I said so, and I'm a girl.
You know what? That makes perfect sense, and that's exactly something that I feel like would happen.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, I saw it. I saw it happen. That's why I'm like, all right, I gotta try this.
I would definitely vote. Not I wouldn't vote for you. I would vote like in your favor, obviously, to see how it plays out. To continue the fucking roleplay with that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's actually super fun. It really is. It's a great time, especially with randoms because they don't know what's
Oh
going
my
on.
god, I know.
But they're gonna have like 3 to 4 people in the lobby that are all dedicatedly like
And they
Doc
just have
Wiggles,
no idea.
Woke, and we have the Carrot Grim. Like what the
He
fuck?
needs a better
There were
character.
multiple times where people were like, well, where was Grim at? And he was like, I'm in the garden because I'm a carrot. Duh. And it was just like, what do you say to that? Like, what the fuck? And they're gonna be like, oh, wait, what? Like,
Yeah,
it's just
people
kinda
got so
funny.
pissed. It was great.
Yeah, it was
That's
actually
amazing.
hilarious. It was a really good time.
I need to go watch your replay.
Fucking hilarious.
Dude, can we talk about the big brain move I made in that first round we played together? Holy shit. That was like my favorite game that I ever had as an
Wait, what
imposter.
actually happened? I don't remember.
I convinced both of you guys it was either one of you two, and you voted against Grim.
You fucker! But you were the fucking imposter.
Yeah, I was like so proud of that game.
Was a dick move. This is why I'm sus of you now always, because I'm like, man, I don't know.
Alan's always sus.
I'm sus of everybody all the time.
Because like every time I see him walking around, I'm like, unless I see him physically do a task and the taskbar go up, I'm like, all right, he's good. But if I don't see him do that, it's just like,
Goddamn.
Because once it gets to the late game, he's really good at kind of turning people against each other and acting conspicuous. Like, wait, what the fuck? Like,
that's how I am with Maverick too. When we play with Maverick, I'm like, nope, he's sus all the time, 24/7.
Anna's like really good at that shit. Anna's like really good at turning the page on somebody else.
Yeah, I don't know. We need to get like, I want to get like a full lobby of us.
Yeah, me too.
All together in one server and just everyone role play their characters.
I agree with that 100%.
Dedicated.
That would be great.
That would be fucking hilarious. I would love to see that.
Heck yeah.
I'm so down for that shit. Anna, what are you streaming this upcoming week?
Well, tomorrow at I think we're starting early, so at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, my D&D group is streaming a special Halloween spooktacular episode of our D&D stream.
Spoopy.
Yes, it's going to be spoopy AF. Our DM had us pick out some special characters, like which ones we wanted to be.
Right.
So we're gonna see how that goes. It's gonna be pretty cool. For tomorrow, then Tuesday I usually stream probably some Dead by Daylight or Call of Duty, and then Thursdays I stream, and then whatever days that you guys are down to play, like Among Us or whatever, or some other game that I have. I'm down.
Like I said, my schedule is changing starting Monday. I'll be having a Monday through Friday job for once my adult life. And I'll be able to stream like every single night possible, and I'll be off on Saturday and Sunday. So that'll be my new schedule.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that could definitely work. That'd be super
awesome.
Oh,
I know. Dude, I'm going to stream all the time, honestly. Like I'm going to get super heavy.
We can even up it to like 3 days a week or something.
That's what I was thinking. I'll probably do a few like solo streams here and there, obviously.
Yeah, I need to start doing some of that too, like solo streams.
I had so much fun doing the fucking Soul Calibur 6 stream, honestly. That was a lot of fun for me.
I need to start streaming Stellaris, because I'm like...
Yeah, you do.
Right now.
Yeah, you do.
I got a whole
we need to get Dead by Daylight to work.
For real, we do.
Because I think that would be really fun.
Oh, for sure.
I can see how that would be super fun, but I'm like, fuck, dude, it's just not like,
I think it was that update, though, to be honest. Like, I think that's what screwed us over that day, was that like, they did an update.
Trying again. I mean, okay, we
yeah, for sure.
Again, see what happens.
We definitely have to go through Discord chat instead of Xbox party chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just works better.
It does. It does work better. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the first podcast, guys. This was fucking good. I can't wait to do this again next Friday night.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
A new topic.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. We'll be doing things like Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering, anime, video games, our usual streaming bullshit.
Just nerd shit.
Yeah.
Just nerd shit.
The nerdiest nerds in all the nerdland.
All the nerds.
Speak for yourself.
You're playing D&D tomorrow morning.
Yeah, you're playing D&D.
You're waking up and playing D&D.
Shut up.
Yeah, I have to like set my alarm and like wake up early and everything.
Oh yeah, no, you set an alarm to play D&D. Yeah, no.
And dress up.
And dress up.
Okay, well then you're in. Like, give up. Yeah, no.
Maybe we could talk about anime next time.
That would be super fun, actually. I've been watching.
Since I'm a giant weeb. Claymore's so good. Oh my
It is
god.
actually. I need to finish watching. So that's super cool.
Heck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck hell yeah.
Hell fuck yeah. Where's Alan?
I don't know. I'm just waiting for him to interrupt this.
I know, right? Where the fuck are you, Alan?
The fuck?
Are you
Oh, can you guys hear me
AFK?
now?
Are you dead?
Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Can you hear me
Are
now?
you
No.
muted?
Bueller? Hello?
Yeah, he's dead. He's dead and mute.
No, I'm not.
R.I.P.
You guys hear me now? You guys hear me now? You guys hear me now?
Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh no.
That's not good. He's dead.
Oh no.
I knew
The
it.
fuck?
Or at least you have a
Alan,
necromancer in
no.
your party.
What
Get
the
the necromancer to raise him
fuck?
up.
There you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's a
Yeah,
necromancer
I don't think she
typeling.
has, if you're all level 1, she doesn't have animate dead yet. But just
You guys hear me
wait.
now?
No.
She'll
Oh,
come back.
hello.
Dude, I don't know what
Oh,
just happened. That was so weird.
Yeah.
I'm like, sitting like talking to you guys, like talking over me and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? They're being so rude. And I found
Yeah,
out
no, well, we couldn't.
that was
fucking
muted.
do
Yeah,
because you're goddamn silent.
yeah. Like, wow, that was pretty shitty. But what I was saying was like, not to go on a whole tangent here, but like, I started a new anime called Devil Line, and it is the wackest shit I've ever seen in my entire life.
Devil.
Oh.
What's it on?
It's on Netflix. No, it's on Hulu. It's on Hulu. So basically,
Devil line.
like, not only is there vampires in this basic human world, this modern society, but like the vampires are like the evil group, obviously, and they have a whole task force of cops that deal with this kind of issue. But not only are these vampires going around killing people, they go around and rape people.
Oh.
Oh, anime.
Like, it wasn't bad enough that they were murderers. No. They rape their victims.
Just gotta take it up a notch.
And there's a whole fetish in the community for it, apparently.
Of course there is.
Oh.
Why would there be? Weebs.
Yeah, but anyways,
Damn
to
weebs.
end this weeby
It's like a more
podcast.
extreme Tokyo Ghoul.
Pretty much, yeah, dude, it's exactly like Tokyo Ghoul. That's the best way I could describe it, with more rape.
Yeah. Okay,
Oh my
lovely.
God.
that's
Oh
what I was
no.
missing. That's what I was
Fantastic.
I know, right?
I was thinking, man, this is good, but it could use more rape.
Literally,
fuck?
the first episode
Jesus.
was kind of like watching Tokyo's Ghoul's first episode.
Which is good. I don't
Wow.
know. I really like Tokyo
Yeah.
Ghoul, so.
Yeah, me too.
But again, to end this podcast, I uploaded a new video today on the AlanWoke channel. It was a good video, pretty weeby, if you ask me. Which kind of ties to our theme here today. And yeah, I'm AlanWoke.
Yeah.
You
Wiggles
get about to
for
say.
you.
I was about to say.
I always wiggles for you. Just remember that.
It's your girl, alt avenged.
And yeah, bye.